Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for June 23rd, 2021. This is a demonstration of the SRC4u software, and she puts in her client list. And to locate the Zoom call, we're here on her website, CathyDSlaght.com. Here is the Zoom banner. And to enter into the Zoom call, we'll click here. If you would like to be part of the client list for this demonstration of the SRC4u software, which is purely for entertainment, you can click on this banner and register. It's only a $27 a month membership fee. We're going to click here. This is going to take us over to the Zoom platform where we will allow. And the call should be in progress. We're going to join with computer audio, and we are live.
It is 10 o'clock, so we can get started. Thanks for being here, you guys. So I want you to see from yesterday, we did go ahead and clear. Our final theme was in reference to the stomach. So what I thought, we've gone all different directions with this encyclopedia for a while. Let's just do a simple scan of the manual today, which, as you know, is a work in progress. But started out, we want to also work on our cities today. And so you can, if you're doing work on yourself as well, simply type in your city. Or if you're working with the Prayer Warrior with the Pro Tools, now here's something I want to show you. I put the situation of mind control in America. We're wanting 23 hours. If you put a situation, my personal opinion is you're part of that situation. It impacts you. And then you could go over here to the perverse energy. And okay, let's take that out. And just, I'm going to put for myself, St. Petersburg, Florida. Because that's my city. And the group has given an indication that they'd like to do a little balancing. And again, that's part of this, my situation, the city I live in. So let's go ahead and just do, we know this is all subtle information, but to me it falls right into that category of what does it hurt to occasionally put your city. And we're taking 25 minutes. So 25 minutes for this city, and just go ahead and start. And then we also today want an image. We haven't wanted an image for quite a while. But we want image number 38, circuitry for receiving for the sake of sharing. That doesn't sound too bad. So let's go in. Right here. And we know that that's something I was reading about yesterday. There we go. That they believe that our first information on the planet, which would come from spiritual initiatives or initiates, they definitely, all the cultures talk about people coming with knowledge to share. That the first information may have come in the form of symbols. So it could be significant to be adding whenever we call for an image, or put your picture, put someone's picture in there, whatever you choose, but we have that capability with the load image. So next I went in, I checked to see if we wanted a clearing. We did not want a clearing. So directly to the personal and general options. And I just went ahead and shared the scan here with you. And if you look real close, you'll see that it's glands. Our area of stress today that we want to focus on is glands. And when you go to a deeper scan, it's the hypothalamus. So we can just copy that. And personally, I like to douse it in, but you'll have your own ways as well. And then when there's a code, it's always considered a good thing. And we're a little bit low there. And the 98 and the 99 indicates a little bit of chronic stress. They say the thymus is our thermostat. And as you know, this is just reminding our body how to take care of it on its own. So let's see if we want to amp this up a little bit with a shin. That's pretty close. A charge. Nope. And then for we do have the Pro Tools, so let's just see. And I just put auto in here. Let's see what we want today. Okay, so we do want the sustenance balancer. I haven't done that scan yet. Pathogen panel or a scanner. And as some of you have mentioned, you can go ahead and start with your own self, and then you can branch this out to your family, your pets, your home, etc., etc. Let's just see if I can pull this up. And again, you don't have to do these scans. I like to do them. But it's not necessary. You can follow your intuition. Must have been up there already. There we are. But for example, well, all that stuff is a 275. So that just about covers it. We're going to go in. And we've got the yang, or perhaps you might want to say excess, middle back, pituitary, and then on the yin side, pancreas. Get some of the veins, hands, dermatome, which we're getting a good education on, small intestine meridians, nose. I don't know why it's going to be interesting to learn a little bit more about nose, center, abdominal, and heart meridians. So while we're doing that, might not hurt to just go in and balance meridians. I was telling somebody yesterday, another practitioner, about our wanting 16 hours to balance the nervous system yesterday. And she said she clears the nervous system for people rather than balances. Would you like to see what that looks like? Yeah. Let's just see. So we're taking just 20 minutes to balance the meridians.
What was her reasoning for using clear versus like balance?
Intuition.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the more you work with this, oh my goodness, another 16 hours. We wanted 16
wow.
balance. You'll find what it really looks like is that we are surrounded by such information, and the more stress we clear, and the higher our voltage, the more of it we pull in. So based on our conversation, she's probably going to also try balancing, but I'm going to try clearing. That's kind of what's good to get together. So let's just go ahead and do a quick scan of this. And it's totally, what you find is that we want knowledge, but there is a great deal of knowledge in the software already. So I make a choice to do these scans. Not everybody is going to make that choice. And then I've got my own supplements in, which I don't buy as much anymore because of frequency work, but I still have a bunch of them. And if it comes up that I need one of them, chances are I'm going to take it. But also over the different sessions, if someone in the Pro Tools wants the sustenance balancer, I will then add it to the cocktail for the future as well. So that's how you get so many.
I have a noise on the background, so if I mute you, don't take it personal, just unmute.
What's that?
I have a noise coming from someone's background, so if I mute someone, just know that I'm just trying to clear the background noise.
Okay. All right, so we do have some zeros today. Our fatty acids, aloe vera, reference to copper. This is a supplement. A lot of people are talking about this NAC. This is a form of, I believe, olive leaf. Anyway, look at that. We want some radionics for our cars. Boron. So anyway, let's go on down to about the 300 mark. Back to that. And then actually, with following these steps, depending on the results of this scan, we may be finished. So you can do very quickly your SRC work depending on what comes up. Let's see where we are. Okay, we want to load a custom cocktail. See that 788 right there. So that is something we're adding. Very often, though, you'll see just with the work we've already done, that's enough. myself distracted here. This is an interesting one, this contract. Do we make a contract before coming in? And if so, is that something that can be worked with? We're asking to work with it. Let's see what we get here. This one hasn't come up in a long time. Got a bunch of them there. Contract fulfillment remedy. A detachment from some, okay, this is a contract removal of media systems, vaporized contract killians, clear debris from sole contracts,
and she talks about canceling contracts that were unintended. Them out.
and come back in a little bit and I'll do that again. Here, by the way, also is where we are. I've been doing this internal healing capabilities, and then the con is outside non-beneficial influences, and we're at a high pro in 16, so we'll go ahead and do that. As Ralph said, I guess we don't want to do it too much, let it set, so I've been doing it just in the morning. Okay, so 2 hours. We see bacterial deficiency, dry. I know that probably most of us are not getting enough water. Excess, pathogens, general, phlegm, spiritual, stasis, toxic, and wind. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then see where we are. Okay, so we're getting our QiGong for the day. Let's go ahead and what a QiGong master would work with. And illness. While that calibrates and clears resistance, let me show you. I'm not going to do this forever, but it is interesting. We've been talking about QiGong. I don't mean QiGong, I beg your pardon, I Ching. It is very interesting, the history of the I Ching, and the fact that we are so impacted by images. And that's what the I Ching is. It's 64 images, which they have now found correlate to DNA. And you can go in and ask a question. So I went in and said, in terms of awareness, what is most important for the energy group to see today? We again got that GWA 43, the same one. Now this is another day of that, so there's definitely a message. And then 2 moving lines, stepping with wise feet. And it says, this is not a time to plunge blindly and fervently ahead. Be resolute, but gauge your own strength as you attempt to go forward. Current problems may be a result of not looking where you are stepping. And then weeding the garden. Just as weeds continually rear up again and again, so do difficult people in your life. This is a time to be resolute in your actions. If you feel it is best to let someone go from your life, do so. And so these 2 moving lines, and of course I Ching is known as the book of change. Your energy is always flowing, always changing. And you come up with number 32, which is perseverance, which of course I interpret, can't even talk today, as I like to do this work daily. Just like I'm going to take a bath or a shower daily, I'm going to clear my energy field daily. And that's what this is saying. Permanence, actually. This hexagram points to the importance of stability and constancy. In the same way that thunder and lightning have always been together, the wise person seeks unions that are forever. To me, that means there are other modalities we can use along with the SRC. That you may interpret it differently. Keep an optimistic outlook, and your friendships, partnerships will endure and succeed. Simultaneously, you must access a sense of stability inside yourself. Like the constellations in the sky, everything in life moves as an integrated whole. Discovering this integration, in other words, we're one, by which everyone and everything in the universe are connected, will put you in touch with stability and the power of permanence. So does that make sense? Is that striking a chord with anybody?
Yep.
Now, I went ahead for the Energy Visionaries group. Just for the next few days, I want to share those codes slowly in reference to this stress related to any of the vaccine situation. And so I've been sharing a few at a time. So I had a question, and it was, and I really prefer to do this as a group, but it seemed like I lost everybody yesterday when I tried to pull that up. But I said, what would be the outcome of a small group of people sending the codes listed on the Energy Visionary Group site to their own etheric fields consistently? There's your key, I believe. So I got GWA 19, and this hexagram references the positive concepts of anticipation and expectation, a time of growing power and energies which have not yet revealed themselves. Diligence and focus must be at maximal levels because a time of great flourishing is near. The period of late winter is also referenced here. Again, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at that. We maybe have been in late winter as far as stress level. There were 2 moving lines. First of all, a unified success. So it looks like working together, even though it might be just a few people, can be significant. This changing line indicates the approach of 2 people or things. An event or place may be approached together with the company of a friend or partner. This event is advantageous to both parties, or if 2 events approach, both are successful. So in other words, more than one. And then advancing wisdom. There is anticipation towards that which approaches, but anticipation must not give way to over-eagerness or rash decisions. Wisdom must be sought out and allowed the proper time. Self-restraint must conquer self-gratification. Do not give in to anticipation. Allow events to unfold at their own pace. In other words, just steady work. That changes to Gua 3, which is interesting, which is trouble at the start. That this hexagram indicates progress after a difficult or delayed beginning. I wonder if it's the fact that so many of us know we can do this, but we don't. We just don't find time in the day. We don't think about it. Maybe on some deeper level, we don't really think it would make a difference. It says new projects or ambitions should be carefully planned before beginning. Maybe set a certain time of the day for this work. Consider the help of close friends or a trusted associate. Their help will guarantee your success in the matter at hand. So again, does that make any sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's for today. And clear that. Look at our. So I know I'm going to make it a point. What will happen as soon as we get all these codes in there, we can make a save session from them. But right now, let's look where we are. Let's see in reference to illness. And again, there may not be such a thing as a negative thing, because an illness is your body's way of getting your attention. Maybe you're going to make some very positive shifts because of it. Go ahead and just put that in the Gong. Chakras, reproductive system. Again, all subtle, coming from our field. This defensive action, performing rituals, the idea we do the same things day in and day out, which may not be all that productive. Let's just look and see. Should house that down. A thought along with that, I was curious yesterday, and I went to Scribe and found a book on portals, because I'm not familiar with that concept. And the one thing I'm seeing out of it is I don't want to mess with portals. There are ways portals to all this information open, but some of them open to negative energy. That's
right.
What a lot of your magicians are doing, and people who work with that area. You can also open spiritual portals. That might be what going in the Holy Spirit is, that type of thing. And interestingly enough, with images, I'm thinking about, and Deborah couldn't be here today, but the glyphs she's working with, they say images can contribute to opening some portals to positive information. But what I'm seeing more than anything is that one thing that opens these portals, maybe not in a beneficial way, is you first, and this is what they stress anyway in the book, you need to go into some sort of a trance. And I thought, well, how many of us are in a trance and don't even realize it? And we may not think about it, but have you ever watched a child looking at the TV?
Right.
Are they in a trance?
Mm-hmm.
So we might want to start checking that out, because no telling if we get so caught up what we're opening ourselves to.
I think that's why reading books is so much better than watching, because you get mesmerized and you're in a receptive, passive mode. But I have a question. How do you differentiate exactly vortex and portal? They're different, right?
Yeah, the best I can understand it, the vortex is always with us. Our chakras create a vortex to let information in. So that I've always looked at it that way. I've got a lot more to learn. I think I told y'all many years ago, back in the 90s, one night I sat straight up in bed. I had no clue. I sat up, I said, vortex, V-O-R-T-E-X, vortex. And then they sat down and went to sleep. And, I was just a realtor. I wasn't doing any energy work. And at that time, I went to a number of places asking what that could have meant. Nobody had a clue. That morning, I got up and looked it up in the dictionary. It said whirlpool, so I wouldn't let my daughter go to the beach. But I never, ever forgot that. I have no idea what I was dreaming. But we are in a constant vortex. My opinion, from what I've learned, the portal thing, I think, is different.
I was thinking the physical universe, like vortex, like in Sedona, Arizona, energy centers, and are there physical portals on the planet, or you're more like thinking spiritually? Or
yeah, that's a good question.
Wow.
When you douse, you can find portals. So you want to, if you find one, you want to make sure that it's a beneficial, because there's up and there's down. And you want to make sure you're going the right way with your thoughts and your life.
Yes.
You mean physical portals?
Well, when you douse, especially with rods, they'll actually cross at a portal. And
outdoors,
so I guess you can call it actual physical.
Like if you're outdoors, for example.
Right, you're right. You would do it outdoors.
Okay.
Well, it could be in the house, but if you get good at knowing your own intuition, you can actually feel them with your body. But it's easier with the dowsing rods, at least to start.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, it's interesting, and you do notice. Pardon?
Or what about a pendulum? Could you use a pendulum too?
Yeah, but it's not as easy because your body moves with a pendulum. It'll move naturally, although it could
you're right. Yeah,
make it a lot stronger if you were actually over a portal. But it's easier to walk along with your dowsing rods.
Right. I agree with that.
Thank you. That's interesting. And in the book so far, I'm just really skimming it, but it looks like those who are looking for the portals, for the magic, they're seeking to manipulate others.
Right.
And whereas what if you could open a portal for your complete well-being? I don't know, but I do know that that trance thing, the author keeps stressing, go into the trance first. And I thought, well, how many of us are in a trance and don't know it? So it's worth thinking about.
Well, when you go to sleep at night, you go through a trance.
You sure do.
Because when you're talking about a trance, you're talking about going down in alpha and theta and all the other levels.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is a trance.
Yep, I agree. Well, there's lots to think about. So anyway, we are finished. Any comments or questions? Let me get to that Gong going so I don't forget.
Oh, you covered a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was you guys. It was the group that covered a lot.
I have if she'll unmute and say hello, Cheryl. The lady that we worked on from Colorado is visiting us this morning. I told her it might be a little over her head, but she would be included in the energy. Cheryl, say hi.
She may not be able to
You have to unmute yourself. Look in the upper right-hand corner.
Hi, Cheryl. Enjoy your visit.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Cheryl.
There
How are
she is.
you? Well, it was interesting. I'm so dumb about this stuff. I cannot even have a intelligent question to ask.
Don't feel bad. I don't get it either.
It's a process.
It is a process. It's a whole new way of thinking, but this is the future.
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on the call today.
I'm so glad you're here with us, and if all of us remain in a state of what's next.
Yes.
Exactly.
And definitely reframe the word dumb, because you're not at all dumb. We have a vast amount of information available to us, and sometimes we just can't thin out our lives enough to be able to get to it all. So just the fact that you're here is shows that you're the opposite of dumb.
There you go. Thank you.
I don't think we'll ever learn it all, ever.
True.
There's just so much to learn.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Fun.
Yes, exactly. Enjoy the journey.
No, thank you. Everyone stay teachable, I guess. That's a main thing to do.
That's humility, being teachable.
Yeah, and it's
that's true.
learning totally relates to your consciousness. They say that the more you learn, every time you learn something new, your neurons get a little closer together and you move up in consciousness. Now, tomorrow, that's one thing I did get from this portal book is they mentioned elements of consciousness. And I Googled that and found the elements, and tomorrow we'll do a cocktail on that.
Oh, nice.
It's very interesting. So right now I've been practicing just with individuals, and it's very interesting. So thank you, Cheryl, for being here. Join us anytime you have that time available, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sounds great. Thanks, Cathy. You guys have a good day.
Hey, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
This concludes the SRC4u software demonstration call with Cathy's client list. If you would like to be part of her client list, it's a monthly fee. You just click here, and all the information is outlined. You subscribe. It's a monthly fee. You can unsubscribe at any time and then fill out this waiver and then submit. When you're on Cathy's calls, you'll hear her talk about different things like the Energy Visionaries Group, energyvisionariesgroup.com. This is the Energy Visionaries Group, and you can look at whatever the current blog is. The current blog would be from yesterday, would be the God Geomatizer. She's going over the I Ching. There is a content page where she outlines each blog post. Sorry, I'm trying to get there. And then here are the different blog posts. These three are regarding the I Ching. Going back to the Energy Visionaries front page. If you want to know where you came from Cathy's website, so you can click there and go over to her website, or not. Okay. Seems I've got an issue with a tab. I'll have to fix that. But here we are on Cathy's website. And another tab she talks about is the VSA cocktails. And this is a list of outlined of the different cocktails, and they're put into little PDFs, and you can click on and you can copy those to put them in your SRC4u software. And then over here on the right are different things that we will talk about in the sessions, and then I'll just pull them aside, like the ailments and diseases, essential books, and then this one was from yesterday, nothing too good to be true. And then they were talking about this word here, and then the I Ching was down here, and you can click on the different ones, and when she's talking about the different hexagrams, that would be these, and you can click on them. It's a very friendly platform. If you're looking for a reading, there's different readings where you would just put in your name, your question, and then you have the option for coins or yarrow or choose for me. And choose for me means they'll either choose the coins or the yarrow. There's another one here, which I like this one. The only reason why I like this one is because you would put in your question. Here, I'll show you. Is today going to be a fabulous day? And then you click next. And I choose the coins because I'm going to show you why. You come over here and then you toss your coins, and it'll come up over here for your reading. And you'll do it 6 times. And then you'll proceed to the next screen to read it. And then the outline it gives you, like gentle wind wafting through a village, the hexagram suggests a time of influence and change. This is a time when clarity and truth can pierce through veils of illusion, though earnestness and a sense of quiet peace. You can penetrate the hearts of those around you and spread goodwill and prosperity. This is a time to speak up and let your voice permeate the land. Communicate your wants and needs to those you love. They know the key here is to be gentle but continual with the expression of your dreams and wishes. You will have incredible power to spread at this time. Be heard, but be true to yourself. And then you can analyze the change. Perseverance brings good fortune. Before you take action, ponder it for 3 days. After you have taken action, observe the results of it for 3 days. Current problem will improve by making wise decisions. And it tells you the lines. Sorry. And this one will be with line 6. Perseverance brings misunderstanding. The line means your personal will not be able to permeate the heart of another or penetrate the heart of another. You are unlikely to get your way at this time. Friends, partners, lovers may misunderstand you. Stand back and don't try to change anyone else. Leave well enough alone. And then for the future. This welcome hexagram symbol, a lasting elevation in status or well-being, a raise or promotion is very likely to occur at this time. Endeavors will turn out successful. Fires will be put out and chaos will turn to calmness. However, this is not a time to slack off from responsibilities. Take action deliberately. Place one foot in front of the other with solidity and purpose. Stay focused and conscious. Be like the tree trunk that grows, strong and steady towards the sky. And then you can ask another question if you so desire. But that's why I like that one. That one's pretty cool. And back to Cathy's website here. And there's different things like if you're studying the Sophia Code, this is a really great video. It's most incredible. And we'll go back to the front page. And that pretty much about wraps it up. So the SRC software Zoom call archives, Cathy's current blog post. Let's see what her current blog post is. The SRC, a consciousness alignment instrument. And then you can read about it from there. And that's where it talks about the I Ching, or the I Ching. And that concludes what I have gone over from her website. You can come here and just browse through the website. And she has a book on the SRC4u software that she personally wrote. And the first copy is free. She has other books as well. And you can find those in her library. And if you are looking for essential oils, she also distributes oils for the Young Living Corporation, where she is a independent distributor. If you want more information on the software, contact Cathy. Again, thank you for coming to see the demonstration on the SRC4u software. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.